I just made a mess. When they throw the pass, all I know is catch. I just want the bag, like a Nike check. All I know is flex. Bust the defense open, running through some. I don't know no plays on the field, I just free form. Caught it with the left, but I'm better with my right arm. When they call blitz, hit stick, don't mean no harm. Oh no, oh man, I just made a mess. When I run it, ain't no stopping, on never rest. Down said hut, kick a punt, then I make them catch. 5,000 ones in an hour, I'ma make it stretch. I just made a mess, I just made a mess. I got cash.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. On the return here, the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On play action, they'll throw. He'll drop this one off to Swift, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll set up to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
They're on 17-yard line.
Sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now this defense for the Lions, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's returnable now for Smith. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the option to give to Swift here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Those INTs all sting when you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
13 yards remaining on second down. He'll look to throw. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's got some space here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Lions Lions are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It doesn't matter where on the field he is. Even down here in the red zone, he is still slippery with the ball in his hands. And he was almost able to work his way into the end zone. Instead, they'll have to settle for first and goal, but they'll take it.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamal Williams, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick the...
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. Touchdown, Vikings! Will Fuller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
14-7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 11. And his throw is incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good. For our Lions, first down.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Lions 14, Vikings 7.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. The running there is Cook, but no lane to be found as they'll stop him behind the line.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Good call there on 1st down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 2nd down, Swift. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
3rd and 4.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 16 yards there, 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down.
Lions, first down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Seibert on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Lions 21, Vikings 7.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
They start the drive with Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Will Fuller with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Makes the score Lions 21, Vikings 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down, they hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Back to throw now on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. Oh, able to avoid him. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw here. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throwing interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd and 9 now. He's got it over the middle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hand.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off inside the 5. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long. throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
35 yards that time on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Second and 3. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 2nd and 2. They'll set up to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. A give. This is Cook. Evades him at the 10. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. That is caught by Thielen. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for Minnesota.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Lions' 8-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Vikings!
Touchdown.
Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
21 apiece.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
They're on 31-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
On 1st down, Swift. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 2nd down and 8. Back to throw. He'll get this off to Swift. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Looking to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
But Cook getting the call there on first down as he works his way forward for a nice gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, it's Cook again. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Able to push his way through. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical third down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. Hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
And how he got away from that first tackler, no idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On second down, Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Vikings 28, Lions 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a...
He's got a man, complete, and all the way down to the 36-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Back to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. A good rally to the football. Keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Now it's second and 9. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They'll look to throw. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six. And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
21.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Now back to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Minnesota, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.